Hi, in the previous well section of Wireshark training for network professional, we have learned about what is Wireshark, how to install them, how to use them, and how to implement the network operation and network data flow and use that filter by your own. Okay, using to understand where the problem is happening in the Wireshark. Okay, in the network. Okay, to troubleshoot. So we're going to learn about some filters. Okay, to for filters, we are going to see some Wireshark filters which we can use as a cheat sheet to filter and specific IP and networks. Okay, so let's start Wireshark. In the previous class, I told you that this is the how Wireshark interface looks like. Okay, so this is when you want to start the capture, you can click this. Okay, this is the number of Ethernets you have. You can select what type of Ethernet interface you wanna see here. Okay, so virtual or wired. So interface means is it Wi-Fi, is it Ethernet cable, how you are connected to internet. Okay, the setting option, just click on this. You can see you can select number of device you want to see there. Resolve MAC address. This is like suppose, let me show you. Okay, this is my PC MAC address. So it is the location, it is the physical location of your device. We can say that whenever your device, they manufacture a device, it's actually storing all your uh, manufacture the physical address in your device. Okay, when they were manufacturing, it is they stored the MAC address while they were making that mobile phone or motherboard, whatever device you was using to connect internet. So let's see what's the vendor of my device currently. Get the simple web macvendor.com. Go to the website, check the IP at MAC address. It's ASUS Tech Computer Incorporated. Okay, so the device I'm using is ASUS Tech. So that's option. That option tell that in if you want to resolve the MAC address to the brand name, the what brand name you are using there, resolve network names, resolve transport name. So these options, leave it default when you are new in this field. So just start capturing. Okay, now the first thing we're going to see how to filter one IP, two specific IP. I want to see the data flow between two IPs. How would I do that? So I will type IP dot address, okay, equal 192.168.0, my machine IP. That's 192.168.0.107. Okay, enter that. And I want to filter another IP, so that I can see that data flow, whatever the type of data is passing between these two, whatever the communication is happening between these two IPs. So to filter another IP, now type IP dot address is equal to 192.168.0.50. Okay, nothing now. So let's try to see what happened when I connect to this website IP address. Okay, enter the password and new one, and I'm inside. And you can see that all the transaction is happened. That the TCP three-way handshake. We can check that here when I connected to 107 and push ACK redirect, ACK, sync ACK. What? So it is like some handshake is happening. Okay. Now let's do this again. Let's clear it to see a clear, so that we can see a clear three-way handshake. Stop it, restart, and refresh. Okay. Let's see if we are able to. Okay. Let me restart it again. Let's see if we get anything from Vaishak. You see, the three-way handshake happened. Sync request, whenever you try to connect to a website, it it don't just start, you don't just start communicating. First, something happened which is called three-way handshake. You send a sync request. Hey, I want to establish a connection. This is a protocol I use. Okay, whatever that type of data you send, this is how I want to communicate. So the server said sync ACK. Okay, okay, I acknowledge that. And then you said acknowledgement that then you, whatever is sent, that you said, okay, let's establish the connection. Hey, is the connection. Okay, now let's try to log in. Stop it. Let's continue again. And this time let's try to log in. And you can see I just log in, and here is the login check. Application URL encoded. Okay, and let's see what type of login is here. Username, admin, and password. Okay, you can see that what type of password it is encoded. Whenever you see something like a random letter or number and with a double equal signs, that means the encoding is here is base 64 encoding. So it copy value, okay, and select, go there and go to website. Cyberchef. Cyberchef is really awesome website. It not only will check for the base 64 decoding, you can use this to decode or encode lots of type of data. Okay, enter the, you can see the password is going in the, not in going in the plain text, it's in base 64 encoding. So that's how you will actually communicate or see that data flow or communication between two specific IP. Okay, till here I can just, even I am visiting some another part of my router. Let me restart it. Advanced. Okay, and now let's see all other form or data malform packet is here. Login advanced. After that, send some data with push. Okay, you can click here and see what type of data was there. Reassemble PDO in frame number 726. Last time I told you these are called frame, data frame, through which the data is flowing. So 726 is there. Malform packets. Okay, packets are not actually assembled or something, some error, some kind of error is maybe there. And here I want to search any specific data in the TCP. Okay, I will just do this. TCP contains password, and you can see, and I want to search that from only from this IP address 107 0.50. So I can use and IP dot source. Source means this is the website, this is the IP address I want to get the that specific amount of the password from this IP address. If this IP address sent any type of password in TCP protocol. Okay, so all the sources here 50. I just, even I remove this, still that communication happened, that password, specific password data sent through from this IP, but there might be other IPs also which can send that specific amount of data you are looking for. Okay, so to filter only one IP which I want to see especially, so I can just use and IP dot source is equal and the IP address. And now let's search for if I see any password here. Continuation, data flow continuation, and here in the hex form, let's move it a little up. Does it contain any password? Username, password, wherever the data has contained, password cannot be changed. Password here. So whatever data contain the password, it's showing me there. Okay. So this is how actually you can filter specific text in a data. Okay, in a captured packet. Okay, we're going to see a lot of other things in the Wireshark, and not only Wireshark, we're going to see other specific details also. Okay, like I said, if I want to filter an IP source, so that's it. This is the IP source here, and I want to see that destination, what type of data I'm sending to the destination. I will just type IP destination equal 50. So this is the destination from source, and the destination part you can see all the IPs are 150. Okay, 192.168.0.50. Here I'm setting all the destination data index.asp. Here the get request, get and post. Let me tell you about this. Whenever you are requesting some data from a source, so that come in get request, and whenever you want to post some data, so that will come in post request. This type of request you will see very in the HTTP communication. Okay, so this is how the data is actually FIN-ACK, that the connection, it is a finish request. That's if you are from CCNA, that you may understand that it is trying to finish the end the communication. That means that the TCP communication has said that in the data transmission and to finish the connection. Okay, in that connection, and my device had sent. Okay, acknowledgement. So FIN-ACK, and the server, my device sent again here FIN acknowledgement. Okay, so this is how you can actually use to see what's happening in the data. Okay, we are going to see a lot more R filters, how you can search for specific data from the website, even some plain text website. I'm going to show you more advanced than this packets filter. Okay, so this the hex, whatever code is there, whatever some text you can see in the hex form. Okay, in the below point. And I want to search for something IP destination, we saw that. And this the filter, suppose you want to search for R. Okay, and if you add dot, you can see other options also in the drop down menu. Destination hardware, like you can even tell them, even you can also use the MAC address, destination protocol, IP version 4, or is the ARP request or ARP connection is going. If you remember the ARP, it is address resolution protocol, where your router actually stored a list of all the IP and MAC address of device. So I'm telling the destination protocol should be in IP version 4 format. So it is showing me all the ARP request or uh, response, which has the ARP request query or response in IP version 4 format. Okay, and even I can even change it to IP version 6 if someone has any or other IP format, or I can change this to destination hardware also. Okay, or hardware MAC address. So just using the filter is really not very difficult. So enter one or two word. Okay, like protocol, proto buffer. Okay, even you can just click the drop down menu to look for any specific filters. But there's a cheat sheet which want to share, but I'm going to use this in future course. Okay, in future videos. Okay, like here these things tell the restart icons, what icons says, what type of that says, what is that meaning of that icon. Okay, how can you access from menu item, the description. Okay, there's something you can use from this cheat sheet. Okay, really amazing cheat sheet. Gonna, if you want this cheat sheet, make sure you comment or send a direct PM, okay, direct message in inbox that you want the cheat sheet to use. Okay, so this is a phone now. We saw that IP, how to filter specific IP. We're going to use multiple operator, many operator, like even I can IP dot source is equal to this. Okay, or let's see my IP address, my machine IP. Okay, and here I can use or TCP contains or HTTP contains so I'm saying either show me data from this IP or show me data which contains a login in HTTP protocol. So or operator or filter you can use to filter two type of, you want to see some data in from either the circumstance or either the situation is this or the situation should be this. Okay, send me data from anyone and any one of them, from any one of them. Okay, so that's how the filter app works here. Okay, and you want to filter something, a specific protocol, you want to see the data flow between this and this, just follow UDP stream. Or if I filter HTTP and just select a random frame and right click follow HTTP stream, you're gonna see all the conversation happened between these two and from here to here. Okay, the communication start from here to here, and how this actually end, how this actually starts, sync request, sync act, TCP three-way handshake, and here how the connection actually stopped. So that's how you can filter specific type of communication between two devices. Okay, so I hope you liked it. That's it for today. Make sure you subscribe, and if you have any query, make sure you comment. And if you want to reach out to me, you can just go to our websites and send any email on the mail address and contact us through the contact number. Okay, if you want to reach out to me, you can contact them to connect with me. Okay, if you have any query, I'm going to help in that. Okay, so that part is today. I hope you liked it, and make sure if you have any feedback, then drop your question or feedback in the comment section. Okay, till then, take care and goodbye. See you in the next class. Bye.